DCeased issue 2. It is Tom Taylor writing, Trevor Hairsine on the art, and we basically the first issue was more or less just how the virus starts, and obviously Batman Batman was getting at the end, and it turns out he did, but he does actually kind of hold on a little bit, so we get to see him this issue in one of Mr. Freeze's old suits, which I thought was
that was awesome,
neat. But we have kind of like Aquaman gets basically he's basically the idiot at the start of the horror movie who gets killed really quickly. That's Aquaman.
He didn't have a chance.
No. But the big thing here is we have Dinah with Ollie, and they're with Hal camping, and
some great banter.
Some good banter, yeah, for sure. I really laughed because Hal goes into his tent and they're like, he's on his phone, he's not actually going to sleep, and she starts singing because they're joking about singing with each other, and she starts, and I love how just from the few vowels it gives you, you know she's singing, and I will always love you, like, you know that's what she's going to go into.
And that's dangerous when you're Dinah, because you got the sonic power.
Oh yeah,
you hit that note, you're blowing out eardrums.
That was kind of Hal's whole argument.
But I do love him being grumpy old man. Like, it very much was the Green Arrow, Green Lantern from the 70s, where, Hal's kind of grumpy old man, and Ollie's kind of like the more loosey-goosey.
I got more on that later.
Okay. And I love it. It's like, I'm going to bed. And like, well, they're supposed to be camping, they're supposed to be getting away. And you see him turn on his phone, and you're like, oh, crap. Mm-hmm. Like, it was seated so well.
Yep. And then obviously he goes full evil Green Lantern, and they have to fight him, and ultimately, he dies. Like Dinah.
And now we know that they are vulnerable to meta stuff. Like, it's not just, they're not. No, they're not just like take off the head, but there's other ways to get rid of them.
Well, actually, the other thing I liked is that even just as soon as he comes out of the tent, the ring's like, lethal force is not authorized. It's like the ring knows he's about to start killing people.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that. But immediately the ring's like, searching for replacement, and then it's like, found one.
and who is it?
It's Dinah. We get green, black Canary Lantern.
So I didn't realize this because I didn't read Injustice.
Yeah, we'll call her Green Canary. There you go. That's what we'll call her for short.
So I haven't read Injustice because the whole take on it I wasn't a fan of. But now that Tom Taylor's became the patron saint of the show, I went back and I picked up his work on it digitally. So I'm excited to go that way. No, I haven't started yet. But apparently Black Canary plays a pretty big role in that too. So I'm all for this Tom Taylor being a huge Black Canary fan. So, because it's kind of what I would do with Starfire, If I'm given the keys, I'm going to give Starfire a big role.
Yeah. Harley goes to Joker. We don't really get to see the end of the scene, but she goes to...
and he is zombified.
He's on, of course he is.
Already.
Yeah.
But I like the scene with Ivy, too, where this is almost, this was going on as soon as the virus hit, right? That Harley was going to break up with Mr. J. Yeah. Because, Ivy's the one that appreciates her for her. There's no sick, twisted mind games. I also like the way that they drew Ivy in this one, where she looks like she's wearing a dress made out of plants.
Yeah, it's like a leaf dress, isn't it?
And it's very throwback. If you go back and look at her first appearance, it's almost, throwback to that. So I appreciated that, too, that she wasn't in the bodysuit or anything. It was very much just regular outing for Ivy, as much as you can being a plant woman.
Yeah, I don't love Hairsine's art. I think his layouts are good. Like, I think the action flows really well.
I like it. I feel it gives it a pulpy feel to this story, which I feel that's what it needs.
I really like it. I think he's not suited to some characters more than others, but I really like his art overall.
I think his Superman just feels really skinny to me. Like a really skinny head, skinny arms.
I think his Superman's probably his weakest element, although it's not always like that. It's just, there are some panels where Superman looks fantastic.
That image of Lantern coming out of the fire, like all creepy and all in the shadows, like,
that's
and
great.
then he's surrounded by green, and then, no, you're right, his Superman is a little bit too skinny, but
I do love Batman in the free suit though. In fact, one of my favorite things about that page is when he's explaining to Superman and whoever else that he's already dying. He's infected. It's going to take over. He's slowing it down with his suit, but it's going to take over. The panel where he says that, it focuses on Alfred behind him with his head down. He's holding a shotgun as well, for the record. But it's Alfred with his head down as he says that, and it's like, this is the zombie apocalypse part of this story. It's knowing you have to kill your loved one, but we're doing it with Alfred and Batman, which is great.
Yeah. So I read this physically, and I thought something was wrong with the way this ended. I thought I was missing a page just because it ends so abruptly.
I know what you mean, and it goes into something else on the physical version. Is it an advert or something or other?
Yeah. So I was like, wait, what? I'm missing a page.
So the other thing I really like about this scene where Batman's telling them this is that I love the choice here to have Batman to be the one to tell everyone else, you have to kill them, because Batman's whole thing, more than anyone else in the DC universe, is no killing. So Batman's saying, no, the zombies, you have to kill them. They're not the people anymore. You have to do it.
Yeah, they're already dead.
Yeah, that's it. It's not it's not killing them because they're not alive. It's acceptable, but it's showing you just how serious it is.
I hope we get a scene with Deathstroke just wiping out waves of them.
That'd be good.
Now I want that.
Yeah, I think that's a really smart choice, because it takes the character who's the most against killing, and really just for the rest of the characters, more so than us even, it's like, no, he must be right, because
if he's saying this, then we should take it seriously.
And the exchange between him as he's saying what's going on, and early on they're telling Damian, like, your dad will be fine. If anybody's going to get out of this, it's your dad. And at the end, where he calls him father and then calls him dad, as he realizes he's not getting out of this. This writer's hit the Bat family hard.
Yeah, Bruce has left him like a bat suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we assume that's the case. It's in a case. So, so he's got like a case with a bat logo on it. So presumably it's a bat suit of some sort, but we'll see. So the issue ends with Bruce turning Batman turning zombie, breaking open the freeze dome, and then Alfred says, "I'm sorry, son," and shoots him with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Rough times.
God, this
and
is
not rough times. Not rough times are bad, but because it's so bleak. And so this issue is what made me want to go back and check out Injustice, because like I know what the inciting incident for that is, and it's along the same lines. And I feel like Taylor has a knack for this.
What he's good at so far, I mean, obviously we knew he was good at anyway in general, but in terms of these sort of other worlds, or Elseworlds, to use the correct term, is that he's very good at taking whatever the premise is and applying it to the characters, and like I just said with Batman being the one to say you have to kill them, he takes the characters in the world they're in and uses them in a way that makes sense, or even improves what the trope of the Elseworld is. So in this case, it's a zombie apocalypse. In the case of Injustice, it's okay, so Superman's been evil.
Superman,
totalitarian Superman.
Yeah.
So, but no, so I'm excited to get to that. Like, I do like Tom Taylor. I also have all new Wolverine ready to read.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So he's again patron saint of the show at this point, but it's well earned. Like it's also like I love doing that with a writer when I get excited to read other stuff. And sure, it might not hit, but there's that excitement that I have to get to read. Like I did that with Aaron when I went back and got like Scalped and Wolverine and the X-Men and whatnot after I found Thor. So
I need more of this.
Yeah, I need more. What else can he do? And that's what I like so far about Tom Taylor is like, sure, there's this issue that's super dark and Alfred's got to kill Bruce, but then there's also Spider-Bite or Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which hits
the complete opposite.
Yeah, hits you in a different emotional.
Yeah. You read was it issue 6 of that? The last one.
Issue 6. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's your fault that I read Tom Taylor, guys. It's you two guys going on about him. So.
Oh, we're sorry.
Well, no, I don't mean it like that, but like, yeah. Just when I thought I've met all my favorite creators, now another one enters. Like now I gotta find. Hope he does a con over here.
So. We kind of glossed over Diana becoming a Green Lantern almost. I don't know if we give that.
It's great though. Like it's unexpected.
She doesn't do anything as a Green Lantern yet. She's just like, oh, okay, we've got this now, and they're like, okay, you're gonna have to come with us. We're gonna need you.
I feel like during this story, I'm going to need a panel of her using her green power to like hold something up, right? So something really heavy. She's got like the big scaffolding or whatever above her, right? And then she has to hold something off in front of her with her scream. Like I need to dual wield essentially.
You need the simultaneous.
I need to see what her projections are going to be, because I want to see her blasting people with music notes and like, and instead of a scaffolding, it's a clef, like it's a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever it's called. I'm not a music guy. Anyone else think also the title's a double? Because if you look at it, it could be DCeased, but also diseased, right? DCeased.
DCeased.
Like,
oh, sure, I could see that.
Yeah.
Like, well done on the title. I'm just saying. But so Superman's definitely not making it out, right? He's gonna be the 11th hour, pull your heart out and show it to you, Temple of Doom style. Or do you think that's gonna be another character? So I was getting that vibe.
I think he's the final issue sacrifice to put things right.
Yeah. If I was to guess right now, I think Superman goes down. I think all the adults go down. I think Damien and John are the ones who actually ultimately come out saving the day.
I think Dinah does as well, actually.
Yeah.
I think with new fan powers, like, okay, no, she helps lead the new world.
Because here's the thing. I feel like because of their lantern ring, I feel like they're gonna be immune to the anti-life.
The hell wasn't.
Yeah. Well, no, because he wasn't suited up. So as long as she's suited up, I feel like she's immune to it.
I hope not, because
And
that
all the
would feel like a
lanterns.
stretch.
Like.
Yeah, I don't see this happening, but I mean, if you're right, Matt, you're right.
Yeah. So I feel like she has some plot armor there. Not that we'll see the Green Lantern Corps come in and just eviscerate everything, because we still got 4 issues left. But.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do like how it's biological but also technological. Like,
yeah, it's a bit of both.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah. I'm just making sure my TV doesn't turn off. So yeah, that's DCeased number 2. As you can tell by our fairly positive ramblings, it is pretty damn good. So, now, Matt, what are you giving it?
I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Connor?
Yeah, 8.5.
I am also giving it an 8.5. My 8.5, just to sort of like define it a little bit more. If I like the Hairstain's art a bit more, I might have actually been tempted to give it the 9. But because there's the odd Superman face or whatever, that feels a bit iffy.